Welcome to the Manifestation Babe podcast. My name is Catherine Zinkina, and I'm a manifestation expert, master mindset coach, and multiple seven-figure entrepreneur. I'm obsessed with helping you achieve everything that you once thought was impossible. If you're looking to massively up-level your life, your finances, your relationships, your productivity and success, then you have come to the right place. My goal in this podcast is to help you see the infinite potential within yourself to be, do, and have anything that your heart desires. Think of this podcast as your weekly dose of mindset development to help you maximize who you are and where you're going. Leave it to me to provide you with the tools, the resources, the strategies, and teachings that you need to manifest a reality wilder than your wildest dreams. I know we're about to have so much fun together, so thank you so much for pushing play today, and now let's begin. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to another episode of the Manifestation Babe podcast. I'm super excited to be back, as I shared in my previous episode from quote-unquote maternity leave, which what does that even mean when you love your job and you love work and you've been doing things anyway? Even though you're supposed to not be doing things. I can't help myself, but I did take a break from the podcast. So as for the podcast, totally on maternity leave. So excited to be back. If you missed my last episode, I shared some life updates on there, as well as made announcements on how we are officially in MBA season, which means that we are currently opening doors to our free workshop called Manifest Your Glow Up, which is all about creating a transformation of a lifetime within a short period of time. And I don't know about you, but I love seeing people's transformations. And I know that the transformations, the before and afters, the space in between involve that person stepping into an identity that they have never stepped into before, embodying energies that they've never had to embody before. And only after they embody those energies and identities and belief systems did the transformation, or was the transformation even a possibility for them in the first place. And the reason why they were able to make changes to their behaviors and changes to their habits and changes to their environment and the results as a result of those embodiments. That's what we're going to be talking about, what we're going to be exploring, what transformation we're going to be creating inside of this very free workshop. I'm so excited about it. It's my favorite time of the year. The last time that I hosted a free workshop and launched MBA was March of this year, which I was 5 months pregnant. Yes, 5 months pregnant, halfway there, 20 weeks. And now I have an almost 3-month-old. Which is just so wild to think about. Literally so wild. Anyway, so in order for you to get into the workshop, you just head over to manifestationbabe.com/glowup. Again, that's manifestationbabe.com/glowup. And in order for you to get all the details and sign up for the waitlist for the Manifestation Babe Academy so that you don't miss it this year, it's launching October 31st. Head over to manifestationbabe.com/MBA. Again, that's manifestationbabe.com/MBA. I cannot wait to see you in there. Okay, so my topic today, like I shared in the previous episode, I'm doing some batching. And I don't have any notes. I just have titles of episodes that I wrote down a couple of weeks ago, to be honest. And I'm just like, fuck it. Let me sit down and record these because I miss talking to you. I miss giving you some really good shit on this podcast. So let's just dive into it. Okay. Today's topic is a very interesting one. Why I say that is because I never thought I would admit this on social media, let alone my podcast. And when I shared this story on my Instagram, I didn't realize how common this is, but also what a beautiful lesson that this taught me. So back when Orion, who is my son, Orion King O'Keefe, when he was, I think he was like 10 days old or something like that, I had him in the Snuggle Me Organic, which if you are a new mom or you are pregnant and about to be a new mom, and you don't have a Snuggle Me Organic, get one. It's the best. Babies freaking love it. It's like this lounger that has this very thick cushioning on the sides that just snuggle your baby in. It makes them feel like they're being hugged and held, but like you don't have to hold them for them to enjoy the benefits of being held. It's amazing. It's just like a great place for them to sleep, for you to just put them down while you want to quickly, fix yourself a meal or get some work done or record a podcast or whatever it is that you want to do. So get one. I had him on my bed and I remember reaching over. Maybe I made it even more dangerous than that. I had him in the Snuggle Me on the edge of my bed on top of a pillow. And then I reached over to grab something like over him. I think like his bottle or my pump. Who knows? Who cares? Okay. Not important to the story. I reached over to grab something over him and I realized that with my body weight, I pushed him over the fucking edge. I caught him midair and I freaked out. I started sobbing uncontrollably because I thought that I was the worst mom in the world, right? Like to me, I'm like, how could I have almost let my baby fall off my bed? This poor, vulnerable, fragile thing, which I've come to learn that babies are not that fragile. But in that moment, I'm like, oh my God, I almost killed him. Literally, I thought he was going to die if I just let him hit the ground off my bed, which is a hardwood floor. And I put him on the bed and I just remember freaking out. And I kept freaking out until I realized that Orion was completely unfazed by the whole thing. To him, he had no idea, no clue that he was going off the edge. There was no concept to him that there's such thing as like a bed and a floor and an ability to fall off of it and get hurt. He was looking at me. He wasn't smiling yet because he's only like 10 days old, 2 weeks old, whatever. They don't smile yet. They have like reflexive smiles, but not social smiles. But he was looking at me with such contentment, such peace, such trust, and such love. And I realized that this kid has so much trust in me that there's absolutely nothing in life that can hurt him. He has so much trust in me to take care of him, to meet his needs, to protect him, that he has zero worries in that little or big, he's a big baby, big noggin of his. There's just no stress whatsoever. There's no fears. That whole incident of almost dropping my baby was like absolutely nothing to my baby and so much more to me. Why is that? I started to think about this and what I did is I compared it to how we are children of the universe and how the same way that we look after our babies and love our babies so much and never want to hurt them and never want anything bad to happen to them and protect them, right? And how they trust us so unconditionally is how our relationship should be with the universe. I take baths with Orion where the bath is like 2 feet of water or maybe 1.5 feet or whatever. I never measured it, but a full bath of water. And I have him kind of float in there with me. I hold him at the base of his neck and on his booty. And I kind of let him float and swim around. And then I put him on my lap, essentially. He's on my lap in the bathtub and I'll wash his hair. And I have a video of me doing this on Instagram if you kind of want to see how I give my baby a bath. We don't really use like a newborn bath. Like we don't wash him in the sink. We literally when I take a bath, I just bring my baby in there. I put in some Epsom salt, put in like very non-toxic baby safe products, of course, which I don't think I even use anything that's unsafe for babies in general, but just like taking the extra care, right? This kid does not know that he can easily drown in the amount of water that I have in his bathtub, but he has so much trust in me, right? He has no idea that when I'm holding him, he's like 4 feet above ground. And if I drop him, he's going to fall and it's going to hurt. There's so much trust in me. And it's taught me so much. And it's created such a beautiful example of how we are children of the universe. We are children of the universe in the same way that a newborn unconditionally trusts their mother is how we were born to trust the universe because essentially our parents are the universe when we're born, right? We can't fend for ourselves. We can't help ourselves. We can't feed ourselves. We can't change ourselves. And how at some point this relationship gets tainted. At some point, we get life experiences of various kinds, some worse than others, some better than others. No comparison here. I think everyone has hardships in life. Everyone has different privileges. We experience different things, but at some point, this relationship got tainted. And what I made it a mission for myself, and what I want you to make a mission for yourself out of this podcast episode, is to go back in time and be that newborn again, and be that trusting newborn, looking at the universe, knowing that no matter what happens in life, there's a reason for it. The universe is never going to let you drop on your head. Okay? The universe is always going to catch you. It's always doing things for the highest good of all involved, even if it seems scary, even if it could be potentially dangerous, whatever you're doing. The universe has got you. It's protecting you. It's guiding you. It's loving you so much. Along the way, we have let someone else, a belief system, a past experience, a trauma of some sort, something negative, completely taint that relationship. But the mindset that I would love to, the way of thinking that I would love to put back into your mindset, into that noggin of yours, is what if even those experiences that have tainted our relationship of unconditional trust with the universe, that we're always guided, loved, and protected, actually served us in some great way? Actually is the reason we are who we are today. It's the reason we're so resilient. And honestly, everyone needs to build some resilience at some point, right? So something's got to happen. I know that I cannot fully protect Orion for the rest of his life. He's going to have to make mistakes. He's going to have to learn. He's going to get hurt sometimes. He's a little boy. I'm sure he's going to run buck wild when he's 2 years old or 3 years old. I've heard things about baby boys and how insane they can be. And I'm just not going to be there. And I'm going to have to let the universe take over and know that if he bumps his head, or a girl or a guy breaks his heart, right? That was meant to happen. Any sort of traumas that happen in his life, they were meant to happen to give him the life experience that he signed up for when he incarnated on this planet. But beyond that, we need to have the trust. We need to have the faith that above all, everything is happening to work out for our highest good. Everything is working out for us, and the best is always yet to come. So even if you feel like you're falling, like my son was literally falling midair when I caught him, I promise you that if you just get out of your way, if you just stop screaming, the universe will be there to catch you. If you just let go of the fear, the resistance, the worries, the doubts, the frustrations, and surrender, there's loving hands that are reaching over the edge of your bed and catching you too. I love you guys so much. I always want the best for you. And I hope that every single episode that I bring on my podcast is just implanting you with just one thing. I babble a lot. I talk so much. Sometimes I make sense, sometimes I don't, whatever. But I hope that at least one sentence in every single episode that I bring to you on the podcast is something that can be profound enough to make you go, that's a great way of thinking about things. And maybe that one single piece of advice or one single piece of content or one single piece of inspiration is enough to be a catalyst for a whole new way of thinking, which leads, of course, to a whole new way of life. I want the best for you. I know that you are meant to live a phenomenal, unbelievable, beautiful, amazing, jaw-dropping, awe-inspiring life. You are the architect of your own life. You're the architect of the way that your mind perceives things. you can shift that at any moment. You can change that at any moment, which means that at any moment you can choose to live a completely different life. I don't know what you're going through right now. There's obviously someone going through something. I'm going through something right now, but I know that I wouldn't be going through it without loving hands just around the corner about to catch me. My free workshop, as I shared in the beginning of this episode, is Manifest Your Glow Up. I want to see you glow the fuck up this year. I want you to end this year strongly. I want you to begin 2023 with a strong foundation before the year even freaking starts. So I hope to see you in there, manifestationbabe.com/glow-up. And of course, following up Manifest Your Glow Up is the launch of MBA, the Manifestation Babe Academy, which is launching October 31st until the 4th. It's only open for 5 days. It goes by super duper quick. manifestationbabe.com/MBA. You can find out all the details there. There's so much in that program. It's like way too much. I have done whole episodes talking about what's inside of MBA, but it's going to be like another 45 minutes. So I'm going to save you that time. You can go and explore, learn, sign up for the waitlist. And of course, once enrollment is open, that's exactly where you can sign up for the program as well. Love you so, so much. And I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. If you absolutely loved what you heard today, be sure to share it with me by leaving a review on iTunes so that I can keep the good stuff coming your way. If you aren't already following me on social media, come soak up the extra inspiration on Instagram by following @ManifestationBabe or visiting my website at manifestationbabe.com. I love and adore you so much and can't wait to connect with you in the next episode. In the meantime, go out there and manifest some magic.